Right then, before we wade into the storm that unfolded in Westminster, do me a quick favour, hit that like button, subscribe to UK Now and join the debate. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. So, it all began with Reform UK's Z Portill, who wasted no time throwing a punch at Labour. He stood up, serious as you like, and pointed out that while taxpayers were already bleeding billions on migrant hotels, migrants are now being moved into HMOs, houses that, in his words, should have gone to local families. He pressed Labour for numbers. How many people? How much is it costing? The Labour MP's reply? Well, she blamed the huge backlog of asylum cases they'd supposedly inherited. The plan, she said, was to clear the mess, process claims faster, close the hotels, and deport anyone whose claim didn't hold water. Sounds neat enough on paper, doesn't it? But the Commons wasn't buying the neatness. Q. Lee Anderson, never one for subtlety. He came out swinging with a striking claim. Illegal migrants, he said, are 24 times more likely to end up in prison than British-born citizens. He painted a grim picture. Thousands of unvetted men entering the country, some of whom, he warned, could commit rape, murder, even terrorism. His solution? Forget the red tape, forget the ankle tags. Just detain them and deport them. Job done. The Labour MP, visibly irritated, tried to defend her ground. She reminded Anderson of their shared time on the Home Affairs Committee, pointing to the Manston facility where new arrivals are fingerprinted, biometrics taken, records checked. She even suggested his alarming statistics had come straight out of the Sun newspaper. You could almost hear the laughter ripple across the benches at that one. But the heat didn't stop there. Next up, Morton. His verdict? Labour's first year in power has achieved little more than hot air. No plan, no progress, not even a clear answer on whether a single criminal gang has been dismantled. He demanded a deterrent, something that would not just protect Britain's borders, but protect its people. And that's when Labour brought out what they called their plan. A 5-point strategy, rattled off like a school presentation. First, work with source and transit countries to prevent the crossings before they begin. Second, beef up law enforcement with more officers and new powers. Third, strengthen border security with extra patrols and drones. Fourth, secure a returns deal with France, something the Labour MP was eager to brag about. And finally, crack down on illegal working and reform the asylum system. She wrapped it up with a flourish. That looks like a plan to me. But here's the thing. Does it look like a plan to you? Because let's be honest, folks, we've heard promises of faster processing before. We've heard about cracking down and new powers. Yet here we are, still spending billions, still moving people into temporary housing, still asking communities to cope. So tell me, do you buy Labour's pitch, or do you think it's more smoke and mirrors? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to see where you stand. Now, let's zoom out a little. This debate isn't new. Remember the Conservative slogan, "Stop the boats"? Well, swap the colour of the rosette, and now we've got Labour promising to close the loopholes. Different words, same story. The boats keep coming, the gangs keep cashing in, and the taxpayer keeps footing the bill. And that's the sting in all of this. While Parliament trades blows and the press trades headlines, ordinary people are left with the cost. Billions on hotels, billions more on housing, stretched public services, and neighbourhoods under pressure. Meanwhile, politicians stand up in Westminster and argue over whether their plan counts as a plan. So I'll ask you one last time, what do you think? Is this the turning point, or just another round of political theatre dressed up as action?